Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest in the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I'm in Irvine, California at the Medical Innovation Forum powered by Octane, and my guest today is David Kaiser. David, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm having all kinds of fun, and let me tell you, this is my second Octane conference, and there is energy in the room.
Yeah.
How are you liking the conference so far?
I love it. It's really informative, great potential partners, great VCs, investors, learning experience.
So what brings you here today?
So we're presenting today.
Yeah.
And the purpose of our presentation is to expose our brand and our solution to potential partners as well as investors.
So tell me a little bit more about the company.
Yeah, Memory Care AI was created. Imagine a world where memory loss, the fear of memory loss, no longer dictates your future, or where families no longer have to endure the heart-wrenching journey of witnessing a family member really disintegrate before their eyes, right? They can't remember what they remembered, or they don't recognize a loved one. And really, that's our mission. And, you know, the issue today is there's just not enough geriatricians. There's not enough neurologists. There's not enough physicians to handle the impact of what's coming with people who suffer from Alzheimer's and related dementias. So we created this Neurotech SaaS, B2B Neurotech SaaS platform. It's incredibly cool because we're using digital humans that interface with the patient. They could do this at home. And provides neuropsych testing. It provides an analysis of their speech and several biomarkers within that speech. And it analyzes facial expressions. It analyzes speech, prosody. And what we'll do is transcribe that information through our AI system and summarize it, and then assign CPT codes, which are insurance billing codes, for the physician, and send that off to their physician. And now the physician has a comprehensive overview of where the patient is cognitively. Today, they are providing one test once a year to a potential patient. And it just gives a glimpse into where they may be cognitively. And this happens once a year. And it's just not enough. And so 75% of all people that have Alzheimer's go undiagnosed. That's a monster number.
That is,
You know? But by these digital humans we've created, incidentally, and what goes on what powers these digital humans is our back end, is our large language model that has over 2 million Alzheimer's patient records.
Wow.
So this provides tremendous accuracy in our digital humans observations. Yeah, so we think it's going to create a huge impact in this Alzheimer's fight.
Where did you, I know you're a founder of the company, where did you come up with this idea? Like how did this evolve?
So you really want to know?
Yeah.
So I've been in behavioral health and neuroscience for around 17 years.
Yeah.
But as I worked with scientists and I worked with doctors, but as a chief operating officer or a chief marketing officer, and I just knew there had to be a better way, that the status quo, good enough isn't good enough.
Right.
And I'll tell you how it came to me. I've been searching high and low for my purpose and how I can best serve others. And this came to me in a meditation.
Amazing.
I meditate, right? And I was asking, show me my purpose, how you want to use me to serve others. And so watching my grandmother and mother go through it, just came to me in January of 24, and I jumped up and jumped on it and recruited a phenomenal team of neuroscientists and Mayo Clinic MD and others who are fantastic, and just took off running, man.
Yeah.
It was a vision, and the vision is now reality. In fact, we're 1 year ahead of schedule.
Wow, it's amazing. And I feel like many people have that had experiences with parents or grandparents or something else, and they accept that as the status quo.
That's
like that it
exactly
doesn't
right.
have to be so. And by the way, when you're talking about finding purpose and things like this, come on, you're on a platform called Mission Matters.
Right. I didn't think about that.
Come on, you're in good company, man.
It aligns, right? Yeah.
But in all reality, though, like that's like not accepting the status quo. I mean, at some point, somebody was like, "Hey, I don't want to go to the outhouse. We need indoor plumbing," and people are like, "What do you mean? Why do we need indoor plumbing?" Like at some point, like somebody has to not accept a status quo and has to move something forward.
We pushed the boundaries.
Yeah.
Because what happens with Alzheimer's patients or patients with related dementias, they're put in a nursing home and forgotten about.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right? But our digital human not only does a thorough cognitive assessment of them because they don't have the bandwidth to do it at the healthcare facilities, but now it becomes a companion.
Yeah.
And now it's on their, it's like Alexa, right? But it's a human. It looks human. And it'll say, "Did you take your medicine today?"
Yeah.
What are you having problems with today? And it's recording all this information. And now it creates some sense of transparency for the families.
Yeah, and then I'm guessing there's some type of benchmark. So when things start going south, you're not waiting a year to test cognition.
That's right.
Because if you're waiting a year, you could be 8 months in. It could be what happens if the degrade or the downfall happens after their last test.
Right, and a lot of them,
now you got another 10 months or whatever until the next one. And there could be a fall, there could be an accident, there could be many, many things that happen in that 10 months.
Yeah, and right now there's no feedback loops. We establish a baseline, and it's remote patient monitoring, and it's chronic care management.
Yeah.
So one of the problems, like the new medicines they're coming out with, are great, but if you're too far, they don't work.
Yeah, that's how most things are.
So we're going from reactive medicine to proactive. We want to get out in front of it, and nothing can analyze a patient like AI. It's a superhuman. Right, and it picks up
especially
things.
pulling off a data of 2 million, like your learning model, and then that's going to continue to grow over time.
That's right, right. And just last year, in the last 12 months, I think there were 1.8 million new diagnoses. We're not equipped.
Yeah.
I mean, then you have neurology deserts in New Mexico.
For sure.
They can't get a neurologist. Rural areas, inner cities, they can't even get a neurologist. So we're doing all that heavy lifting on the front end.
Yeah.
So doctors could start to practice medicine again.
Amazing. Final question for you. Where's the company at today, and what are some of the plans for rolling it out and continue to grow it?
Great question. So we are finishing our MVP right now, which is the minimally viable product. We are inches from completing that now. We have partnered with a company called Point Click Care, who has 80% market share in the senior care space. So we're integrating with their platform. That's the B2B side. We also have a B2C side. So we will, one of the impediments to integrating with hospitals is like, we don't want another system. We don't want, I don't want another dashboard. So to overcome that barrier, I reached an agreement with a company who has the penetration already, and they have 80% market share.
Yeah.
It's enormous. And the data we get from them is just very rich. And we need these things to be able to really help people that don't even know they have it yet, really.
Yeah.
And so if we can get out in front of it, but that's how our go-to-market. We are integrated with them. We're going to co-market with them, and they're in over 14,000 facilities.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
pretty cool.
If somebody's watching this and they want to learn more, follow the journey of the company, how do they do that?
Go to our website, www.memorycareai.com. There's a lot of information on there. You can sign up. We'll be coming out with a newsletter soon. Yeah, just go to our website.
Yeah. Awesome. And for everybody watching, just so you know, we'll put the links in the show notes so you can just click on it and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with us and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow. And David, thank you again so much for coming.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for having me.